Hey everybody, welcome back to Nerd Your Enthusiasm. So, we were just gonna talk a little bit today about like some things we've been watching this week and some new things that have been popping up a little bit. I know you were excited. I still need to catch up with Peaky Blinders, but you started the first.
Yep, just started the first episode of
Season 6,
which is the final season, but they're doing a movie, so it'll be
I knew about
6 seasons and a movie. Sorry, Community, but yeah, saw the premiere of it, of season 6. Fantastic so far. I love Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like so many memes of Tommy Shelby with like just when he's like smoking a cigarette and like some goober puts like a manly text on it and like it's so cringe. But the show is fantastic. I'm really hyped for the rest of the season. I think the premiere is fantastic. I watched that on the
Cillian Murphy is
so good.
Cillian, right? Or Cillian?
Yeah, Cillian.
It's Cillian.
Yeah.
I've heard him say Cillian. Yeah. I think,
Cillian Murphy.
So good.
Fantastic.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah. No, he's awesome. If you want to watch it, BBC iPlayer. You'll probably need a VPN.
I read that it'll probably, the full thing, I think they're doing week by week, right?
Yeah.
Full thing will probably be on Netflix by like April.
I hope so.
So, if you want to just wait and binge it all.
So watch that this week. You watch anything lately?
One thing that I am excited about starting tomorrow is The Boys, the spin-off animated
anthology series. Yeah,
and it's like kind of canon. I was reading about that. It's canon.
Yeah, it's canon, but each episode is also like it's sort of like Visions, or like Love, Death, Robots, where every episode is like a different type of animation. So, which is really cool. I like that.
And they have some of the same voice actors.
Oh yeah,
like
and a lot more like big names doing voices for it.
I was reading up a little bit about it. I'm excited about that. The Boys is so good.
Any more in that universe is interesting. Obviously, in animated form, they can like take a lot of stuff up to 10. Like
I'm excited
violence.
because like they already do so much with it, but superheroes like it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like
especially something just kind of fill that little void before Boys season 3, like a little bit more in that universe, like whether or not it's about the group that we care about and love, but anything in that universe, the whole like VOT verse, and how all that works is just it's so good.
That's how I felt about like the Witcher prequel, like before Witcher season 2.
It's just more.
I'm like, just more.
So good.
Yeah, it's great. Same thing with like Visions.
It's just more Star Wars stories, which I'm never gonna complain about. People love to complain about it. Star Wars fans are the worst. Speaking is probably one of the biggest. Certainly in my family and people I know. But I can say
it's just ironic how much people complain about the thing that they love so much.
It's terrible.
And it's just
I hate complaining about Star Wars. I just don't do it.
I know. No. And then you were saying also that you were catching up, or you just watched.
Oh, I just started Severance on Apple TV, directed by Ben Stiller.
Really?
Yeah, directed by Ben Stiller, starring Adam Scott. Man, it is. I don't think I've seen a TV show like this in a while. Ben Stiller directing, absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm like shocked. It's one of those shows that makes you feel, and it makes you feel like, just like hopeless or something, because the show is like, I don't even want to say too much because you should go in blind, but it does such a good job at making you feel like desperate for the characters and like that there's like no hope in this world, in a way that kind of Dark did for me, where Dark made you feel dark. Everything about it made you go, oh, everything these characters are doing is hopeless in this world they've created. And then this world in Severance, I mean, it just feels so empty, in a sense, like a very empty, hopeless, dystopian lie, 1984 future. And it is so good just from the colors and like the dreariness of it all. It's been a long time since I've seen a show that's made me like go, ooh, I'm feeling this, and like watching it is making me feel not amazing, but in the best way.
And it's just an original story?
Yeah, original. I mean,
that's rare.
I don't know. But
nowadays it's rare.
Yeah, it's rare. Good. I mean, maybe if it is based off a book, I don't know, but it's certainly not like a remake or anything like that. I didn't want to say too much about it. Just going blind.
Watch it.
Yeah, it's so far 3 episodes are out. Episode 4 comes out tomorrow. I don't know how many are in the season. Probably 7 or 8. Usually with Apple TV, that's about it. But I highly recommend it. I mean, if you... Spoilers. Just watch it. Just watch it. Just watch it.
A little bit of like sad news. Just a couple days ago, Nerd Your Enthusiasm, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David, he had a HBO. I don't know if you knew this.
Yeah,
he had an HBO.
yeah.
Did you see that? Mm-hmm. He had an HBO documentary that was supposed to come out literally yesterday.
Yeah.
And they pulled it the night before.
Yeah.
Not because of like anything. It was him saying he didn't want it to air. He wanted to do it in front of like a live audience or something.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, hopefully we do get to see it.
Yeah.
Like, anything.
I don't know how they're gonna take it, because clearly it's like, I mean, it's a 2-part documentary.
Yeah.
How they plan to do it with an audience, I don't know. If it's like him being there and premiering with commentary, like if that's the case, cool. I'll get tickets. Like make it a tour, I'll go. But 100%. Either way, I mean, I am curious as to how they're gonna do that.
It sounded
eventually.
like it would be kind of more like an interview style, like with him and Larry Charles. And so it kind of reminded me of. I got vibes of like. Have you seen like My Next Guest?
Yeah.
With David Letterman.
Yeah.
It reminded me kind of like that, and I was just thinking Larry David would never do anything like that. It would be so good, but he just doesn't have the same kind of like tact. Like David Letterman, he can be a jerk and he's funny, but he's still like somewhat professional. Mm-hmm. Like Larry David will just be like, no, I don't want to do this, and he'll just like leave in the middle or something. So I don't know if that would be
cool to see.
It would be hilarious. But anyways, the only other thing last night, I've just been. It's still a long way away, but you can never prepare too early. Like Rings of Power is going to come out in September, and I'm like reading the books, and I was just getting hyped, and so like I just restarted. We just started in chronological order. We started with The Hobbit, extended edition, which was so hard.
Which is the only way to
do it.
You have to watch any of the movies. Yeah.
Any of them. So it was great. It was super great, and it was nice to be able to be like, okay, I can see where this is gonna start to fit in. You know what I mean? Just when I was explaining it, like it's so good. Like and you know people hate on it, but I love it. I love those, and I have a lot to say about Rings of Power. So many people are going crazy. Everything I see on the internet, and I'm like, I've read articles and stuff.
We'll do a Rings of Power preview video where we talk about it before we go into the show.
I'm gonna be talking about it for the next 6 months of like just everybody needs to shut up so bad, and they like all these people who think they know what they're talking about, or they're just complaining about stuff that doesn't need to be complained about. So it's just,
I mean, hey, it's humanity. What do you expect? People love to complain, you know.
People hate the things that they love the most.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just
that's the way it is.
It's the way it is. So, anyways, I'll do that, and I'm gonna catch up with Peaky Blinders, and then Ozark. They just announced this week also that Ozark
final season part 2.
Part 2. That was big. I thought we would be waiting for like 6 months or a year or something.
Next month.
No, and it even said like sooner than you expect. I was like, this is cool. Yeah. So next month. So that'll be good. And that'll be good. I think it's still fresh, and people are still kind of like, you know, it just happened. They won't forget. Because there were literally times where I'm like, okay, so what happened in season 3, or what happened? You know,
I watched a big recap before I went into the part 1.
Yeah, no, I did too, and I still was like,
there was still some like things.
What happened with what's his name?
Details,
So the only other thing was Bullet Train.
The trailer came out.
Looks so good. It was like exactly what we were hoping for, right? It just looks crazy.
Action,
Brad Pitt, so good.
Brad Pitt being
Aaron Taylor
looks
Johnson
just like a fantastic character. Yeah. If you haven't seen that trailer, watch that trailer.
Who else was in there? Aaron Taylor Johnson. There was a couple other people that I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah. I can't remember
It looks
I gotta watch the trailer again, but it's fantastic.
It looks very, it just looks wacky and awesome.
Looks very
action
David Leitch directed movie, which I'm always a fan of. So
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Is that based off of anything?
I don't know.
But anyways, it looks good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that was it for me this week.
Yeah.
Those are my standouts.
Big things.
We'll have to do another video next week, seeing what else we've watched, what else we've caught up on. If we start anything new, any movies we watch, any movies we love to talk about, who knows?
Watch for our Batman review, and And then, yeah, we just got a bunch of other movies and stuff coming up soon, series. So
Totally.
we'll be doing a
We
bunch
got a
more
big
reviews.
summer.
Yeah.
Big summer.
Yeah. I know. When we were walking out of the theater, I was looking at all the posters. I was like, oh, yeah, that too, and that, and that.
Yeah.
It was like Lightyear and like Jurassic World, and then even like Nope, you know, just like random ones. Yeah, so there's a lot coming.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up. So stay tuned for our next videos, and see you next time.
Take it easy.